So here's the thing. This is the question. Do ads still work in 2024? I had a client and she asked me, right? Because we helped her enroll like some clients with organic. She got a click in there. Everything is going well. And I was talking to her about setting up ads for us. And she's like, well, does ads still work? And I'm like, how'd you think you got here? You got here because you saw an ad from me. And if you're watching the live right now, or you're going to check out the replay, you probably found me through an ad. So I wouldn't say the question to ask yourself is, do ads still work? The question you got to ask yourself is, do I know how to make ads work? So that is the question, how to actually get ads to work. To be honest with y'all, man, like ads is not a silver bullet. It's not like, oh man, like once I start running ads, then my business is gonna like explode and things is really gonna change for me. It's not like ads is just fuel to the fire. So kind of think about it like that, right? There's still some things that we gotta get in place in order to make sure that ads are working. And once you start running ads, you can be profitable, because that's the only thing I'm gonna talk to y'all about when it comes to ads is how to be profitable. Don't pay attention to this right now. Talk to me, right? Pay attention to me right now. I'm gonna break this down for y'all so that it makes sense, so that you guys can understand like the steps. So if you are somebody that's considering running ads, you can make sure that you are profitable too. So for the past 6 to 7 years, like paid advertisement has been my main source of traffic. It's been my main traffic source for the last 6 to 7 years or so. So keyword, traffic, my main traffic source. When it comes to running a coaching business, and if you help people and you have a transformational program that you offer, when it comes to client acquisition, you don't just need traffic in order to acquire the clients. There's other things that we actually need. And where I like to start for all of my clients is, let's first focus on the things that we actually need. This way, we can determine when we actually need more traffic, because you may be doing some things in your business right now, and you may be ready for more traffic in the next 30, 60 to 90 days. You may not be ready for traffic in the next 7 days. So I want to help you determine that, because everybody that's watching this, you're in different businesses. So I want to try to cover, all stages. Somebody that you just getting started, or you like, I'm trying to do $250,000 in the next few months. So we're going to cover grounds for both. So when we talk about traffic, guys, think of paid advertisement like traffic. Paid ads on Instagram or Facebook, it's just a traffic source. Now, here is the thing. The key is, where are we sending the traffic to? And what we got to get clear on is we got to get like laser focused on the process. When we talk about streamlining things, and when we talk about making things simple, not making things complicated, right? Like, you don't need a complicated funnel. This ain't complicated right here. It's simple, but we want something that's like, have you ever heard people say, money flows to me frequently? Money comes to me easy. We got to make the money, we got to make a way so that the money can come to you. It's a straight shot. But we also got to make sure that the money is attracted to like a business that can solve problems. So that's one of the first things that we got to get clear on too. So when we talk about where are we sending the traffic to, what happens once the traffic gets there? Because this is where a lot of people fuck up. If you're somebody and you tried to run ads before, or maybe you work with an ad agency before and they set up ads for you. One, ad agencies, their only job is to get you leads. It's not to increase your revenue. So that's one thing. So this is something that you want to learn. This is a skill that you want to learn. This is something that you want to understand. When you start running ads yourself and you start making, tons of money, and maybe you want to offload that to an agency, now you understand the language that the agency is speaking, so that you don't get fucked over by some agency just trying to give you shitty leads and we did our job. What happens once the traffic gets there? And then how do we convert the traffic into premium coaching clients? I'm gonna ask you a couple questions too. So I want y'all to take down some notes, because some of the things that I'm gonna say, I'm not gonna write them on the whiteboard, because I'm gonna break this down in a second, but I want you to take out your notepad and write these few things down, because this is going to help you determine whether you're ready to run ads or if you're not ready to run ads. So the first thing is, have you already enrolled clients organically through social media? So that's one of the first indicators that, like, if you're somebody and you're like, well, am I ready to run ads? I actually want to run them. Am I actually ready? So the first thing I would say is, have you enrolled coaching clients organically using social media? Because this is where we like to start all of our clients at. Organic is still the foundation of your client acquisition system. It's still the foundation. Ads is just bringing more traffic to your organic. If your page isn't optimized and you don't have the right content on there and it's not speaking to a specific person, you're not clear on your niche, you're not clear on your avatar, you're just gonna waste money on ads. Just gonna waste money on ads. So that's one of the first things that we want to do. And a key indicator to let us know if your profile is optimized is, have you been enrolling clients using social media. So for example, if you are a personal trainer, how you get your personal training clients in the gym is usually through word of mouth or referrals. But you're somebody and you see where the market is going. So you're like, you know what? I want to get into online fitness coaching. The first thing you want to do is not run ads when it comes to your online fitness offer. Now, maybe you can run ads for your gym because you already got something that's working and you've acquired clients through word of mouth, referrals, right? And maybe some stuff on social media. But when it comes to your online coaching offer, we first want to start getting some clients with social media organically first. Some of the first steps that we got to do is optimize the profile, like make sure that everything on your profile is set up correctly and is actually ready to attract high-paying premium coaching clients. Once we have that, and say you've enrolled, 5 to 10, like, got to be nothing crazy, right? But you've actually enrolled clients, you've had conversations in the DM, you've got on calls, you've made offers, you got no's, but you got some yeses, and now you have data to reevaluate, to tighten things up, make some improvements, and then run some more traffic to the thing that we got that's working. So that's what I would say is, have you enrolled clients organically using social media? Number 2, so can you retain these clients? Because if we're spending money to acquire clients, say your program is a 2-month program and you're spending money to acquire clients and you're actually getting clients, but you get some people that fall off on the 2-month program, you get some people that are not fulfilling their contract, too many people not fulfilling their contract, and then the people that actually do finish the program, they don't want to work with you after the 2 months. So we have a client fulfillment problem right there, because the client, how you fulfill your clients is going to help with your return on your ad spend. So if you spend the average cost to acquire a client for fitness offers like what you guys offer, like fitness, health, nutrition, wellness, mindset, it costs about $100 to $500 to acquire a premium client, right? It could be higher sometimes, right? But that's the ballpark. If you have a program that's, let's say $3,000, right? And it costs you $300 to acquire a client. You spend $300, you made $3,000. Like, that's really good. That's awesome. But we also, and say that's a 3-month program. After that 3-month program, we want to make sure that the program is a good experience. You actually give a fuck about your clients based on the actions that you're showing inside of the coaching container. This way, you get a good percentage of the clients that want to work with you more long-term after those 3 months. So say after the 3 months, you roll them over into something monthly, say it's for 6 months and it's $500 a month. That's another $3,000 that you added to the total value of that client, and you still just spent $300 to get it. So you spent $300 to turn it into $3,000, but now also because your program is good, you turned that $3,000 into another $3,000, which now we got a total of $6,000. So this is what I say: it's not just about running the traffic; it's about a lot of the things that happens on the back end, because you want to be profitable. You don't want to spend $3,000 and then you don't acquire any clients. Or you don't want to spend $3,000 and now, like, you in the red. It needs to make sense from a number standpoint. You want to be profitable. That's why we're in business. We're in business to, yes, transform lives and make an impact. But how can you do that if your business isn't profitable? If the business ain't profitable and you're struggling, you in the red, you can't do things like invest into paid advertisement and marketing and team members and things like that. So you want to make sure that the business is profitable so that the business can make sense for yourself and for the clients. So number 2 is you have to be able to retain clients. I mean, it's easy. Just act like you show that you give a fuck, that you actually care about the clients. It's not that hard. Number 3, do you have like client testimonials, or can you get client testimonials and reviews to show proof that your program works? This is why this is important. Now, if we go back to step 1, enrolling clients organically, the organic is going to be people that already follow you. They already know you. They already trust you. So like, that's a much more of a warm audience, like a low hanging fruit, which is okay. It's still money, it's still cash, it's still clients. But once you start running ads, now we're tapping into cold traffic. These are going to be complete strangers. And of course, you still want to be able to build rapport, build a relationship, with these leads that you get so that they know, like, and trust you, but you also want them to know, like, and trust what you offer. So having client testimonials, client reviews, things like that to show proof that your program works to complete strangers. If you don't have it, if you're retaining clients, but you're somebody and you're like, well, I don't have a lot of testimonials, the only reason why you don't have it is because you don't ask for it. Because the data lets us know if you're retaining clients, that means that the clients that you have love the service, they like the experience. So all you have to do is ask them for a client testimonial. Now, if you ain't retaining clients, you probably can't get none, because you know what I'm saying? We all have things that we need to work on in the business, which is okay. So if you're not retaining clients, then you know where your where your focus needs to go. And I would say retaining, if you're retaining, more than 30%, you're good. If you're retaining under 30% of the clients that you enroll the first time, then you want to look at your client fulfillment. Number 4 is, do you have $500 or more to invest into ads? So the good thing about like how when we help our clients set up paid ads for their coaching offer, it's not expensive. They don't have to start off with paying $200 a day or $500 a day, $20 to $25 a day. That's it. So it's not expensive, at least $500. You don't spend that $500 up front. You start with $20 to $25 a day. And if you're just somebody that's getting into running ads, Facebook charge you every $2. You set the budget aside, but you don't have to say, hey, Meta, here's the full $500. You just set the budget aside. But this is why I say the $500 is because what I told you guys earlier, the average cost to acquire a client for the type of offer, like a transformation offer, is around $100 to $500. So that means if you have a budget of $500, we can help you get a client or more with that $500 so that you can actually be profitable. Number 5, which is the next thing, which is going to make more sense, is do you have an offer priced at $1,000 or more? What I like to tell people, $1,000 is cool. I like to say $1,500 to $5,000. Have an offer like that, running paid advertisement. If the only offer that you have is like a $500 offer or something like that, you want to create a premium priced offer, and you first want to enroll clients organically with that premium priced offer. Then once we solidify this offer, then we can start putting paid advertisement into and running traffic into it. Because like I said, if you got a program and it's $1,500 or $2,000 or $2,500, $3,000, whatever, we can look at the numbers and determine how much is it going to cost you to acquire a client. And also, this is very important too. Also, how much can you spend? How much can you collect that makes sense for the business to make sure that the business is profitable immediately and it's going to be profitable later on once we complete the contract. So if you have a program and it's $1,500 and it costs you $450 to acquire a client, how much money with that $2,500 offer, what is the minimum you can collect to start a payment plan with a new client? Somebody give me that number in the chat. So if it costs you $400 to acquire a client, I did good in math in school. If it costs you $400 to acquire a client and you have a program, your program is 2 or 3 months and it's $2,000. Based on the numbers, to start a payment plan with a new client, to close a new client and start a payment plan, what is the minimum amount you can take down that makes sense for the business? So you could start a payment plan with $450 because that's how much it costs for you to acquire a client. Say you get $500 down, now we're in the green, we made some profit, but we also got $1,500 coming on the back end. And to be honest with you guys, even if it was a little bit under the $450, it still makes sense because as long as we can retain the clients and we got a good client experience, we're gonna get the rest of the contract on the back end. So imagine you repeat this over and over and over and over, every single day, every single week, every single month. It's going to start compounding too. It's going to start compounding because now you got a system where you can bring brand new people into the business using cold traffic and warm traffic, and you get in front of new people every single day, and you got a system that's actually working, and got a good client experience, so you're retaining clients on the back end. Now we're building up the new revenue that we're bringing in, but also the monthly recurring revenue, and it's just going to start compounding. What will make sense for the business if we're in profit and it's making sense, ads are profitable, what would be the logical thing to do? Now, the good thing about what I teach and what I do and how I make decisions in my business, I have a tracker on how these numbers let me know what these numbers are, right? I got a tracker sheet that I update every single day. I put the numbers in every single day, and it lets me know exactly what we need to do for our business and how we make decisions from a client acquisition standpoint. It's reliable, it gives us numbers, so it lets us know exactly what we need to do instead of just maybe some of you guys operate like this. You post something on social media, you post a reel, it don't give you the reach, you don't get the likes that you want, you don't get the comments that you want. So now you're like, okay, nothing's working. So we only go based off of feeling on how we make decisions in our business and how we view the business. We need to be going based off of other variables and other metrics on how the business is actually doing and how can we continue to grow it and not allow the business to slip and decrease in revenue month after month after month. And the reason why ads is like the perfect time to do it now, because Instagram wants you to do. They want you to spend money. They want you to spend money. It's people joining the app every single day that are consumers that have the problem that you solve. But on the other end, there are people joining the app are in competition with attention. The attention, so if you post a reel and it's not getting the reach that you want, that's because the Instagram algorithm is favoring other pieces of content that gets more attention. It's not saying that people that's paying attention to that piece of content don't got the problem that you solve. It isn't on avatar. Instagram just ain't pushing it out like that. The good thing about paid ads is you're in partnership with Meta because you're paying them to get this piece of content, this ad video or this photo or whatever it is. You're paying them to put it out there in the marketplace and to get in front of the person that is your ideal avatar. Why posting the right type of content is still very important, even if you are running ads. Is everything, are we still here? Y'all still with me? As y'all see here with the ad, right? I want y'all to we're gonna revisit the ad in a second. So ignore this part right here. Ignore this, right? Because this is not the foundation of your client acquisition funnel or your client acquisition system process. This is not the foundation. This is the foundation right here. Because when you run an ad right now, these are going to be humans that see your ad. Sure, you'll get some people to message you, but we're in a market right now where people are much more knowledgeable about coaches. They're much more knowledgeable about health, fitness, mental health, mindset. They're much more knowledgeable about these things. So people want to know what the hell they're getting into. Even if it is somebody that's on the avatar, most people, what they're going to do is they're going to click and come to your profile. So if you're somebody and you're like, oh, I just need to get more people. I just need more people to see what I'm doing to get in front of more people. I would say about 90% of the time, if you're under $10,000 a month, 90% of the time, that is not your problem. 90% of the time, we got to fix this first. We got to fix the back end system. We got to fix the flow. We got to fix this stuff first, right? So this is why with all of my clients, we start with the foundation with their niche, what problem you solving, and your offer. And then once we get clear on that, then we help them set up different assets in their business so that they can actually convert clients, get leads, and have a high conversion when it's time to make offers. And now we got to make sure that the profile is set up correctly. So your profile needs to be attractive to your ideal person. And I want y'all to get out of the mindset that my ideal person isn't following me. Oh, my ideal person isn't my friend on Facebook, or they're not following me on Instagram. I'm not saying that you got thousands of them following you, but you definitely got some people that are on avatar. They have the problem that you solve. They're similar, or if not, the type of person that you help, and they will pay you $1,000 or more for your online transformational offer. I see it all the time. But what I first want you to do is stop believing that they're not following, because some of them are. And here's the thing, you don't need a boatload of them. You just need about 5 or more. 5 or more at $1,000 or more to enroll first and send people through this, send enough people through this process, get enough people to tell you no, get enough people to leave you hanging, get enough people to not show up to your call, but also get enough people to go through the entire process and show up to your call, and you make an offer to them and they say yes. You need both. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. You need both. You need the no's. Yeah, you don't just need the people that's like, yes, I want to go ahead and enroll. That's not how business works. Life don't work like that. You need to understand how to handle when somebody doesn't want to accept your help. Because it's not that they telling you no, they saying no to the help that you're offering. Think about it like this. If you truly believe in your transformation program and you stand behind that shit and you stand on business and you have the utmost conviction in what you do, listen, think about it like this. If you're in a desert with a person and you got a bucket of water and you drinking, you ain't thirsty, but they ain't drinking, and you like, yo, man, you thirsty? Like, you want some water? And they're like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna just, sit over here and just suffer. So think about like your transformational offer like that. If somebody tells you no, they just saying, no, I want to keep my problem. I don't want to pay to get my problem solved. Keep the problem. Let's move on to the next person, because now here's the thing. If you had an ad getting in front of new people every single day, you wouldn't care too much about those no's. But if every single month, if you're only making fucking 5 to 6 offers, then yeah, you care a little bit more about the no's. But imagine if you was making 20 to 25 or 20 to 30 offers every single month. Would you care about the no's then? Not so much. Because all we got to do, if we got 25 people that you're making an offer to, if you enroll 5 out of the 25, you're doing right at industry average. Now, the good thing about what we teach is like, and I'm going to talk about that in a second, is we want you to be above industry average and for you to be enrolling the clients that you love to work with, the clients that are aligned. We got to have a profile locked in, from your profile photo to your name, to your I help statement, to the call to action, to the link in the bio, to the highlights, to the pin post on your page, all the way down to the content. Because this right here is your foundation. This ain't going nowhere. When you post content, it stay right there on the page. It's not going nowhere. This is how you're establishing your brand. This is how you're allowing people to get to know who you are as a coach, get to understand if you are a man or a woman of integrity, what are your core values. And you want the consumer, the possible client, to be aligned with those things. Not just if you can help them change their mindset, if you can help them increase their performance, if you can help them lose body fat, right? Those things are important. They want the tangible outcome, but they also want a leader that they feel comfortable with, one, having a conversation with in a DM, and then getting on a call to talk about they problem that they're so not comfortable with. They don't like talking to people about the problem that they have, their insecurities. So they don't want a content creator or influencer. They want a fucking leader. They want a coach that speaks and creates high-level content, what we like to call high-ticket content. So we got to have this there. And then we got to have a good script and solid assets like via sales and free lead magnets that we can utilize in the DM to get calls booked and to start building rapport. Because this is the reason why DM ads work really well, is because Meta, they see you keeping the account on the platform. So Meta recognizes you as somebody that's being social on their media platform, and they reward us for doing things like that. So this is why I run Instagram DM ads, is because my partner, Meta, likes when I do that. And also, it's really good to build instant rapport with all of these leads instead of sending people to just a landing page. And now the only way to get back in front of this person is through email or through maybe like a SMS text or work, or just retargeting them from that page. Those things are good, and we do all of these things right here, but right here in the DM is an easier way. This is where people like to communicate, especially if it's strangers. So once we build that rapport with this stranger, then we can invite them into our world off of social media. And guess what? We can always follow up right back here in the DM, a place that they gonna check their phone and check Instagram, probably one of the first things they check every single day. So yes, it's good for retargeting, it's good for follow-up, but it's also good to get leads off of social media and start building real rapport and real relationships with them. This is the lead nurturing process. So the lead nurturing is another very, 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 very important part when it comes to running ads. Because like I said, when you start running ads, it's going to be strangers, guys. And this is a person, a human being on the other end of that other account. We're not going to try to sell you and be super thirsty in a DM and try to sell you and get you on one phone call and make a sale on that one phone call. We want to build a rapport with every single person that's coming into our coaching container, because one, everybody's not a good fit for our coaching container, and we can't help everybody that wants to get in our coaching container. So one of the first things we want to do is see if we can actually help a person right here in the DM. And guess what? That person appreciates that. They appreciate you being honest to see if you can even help them. So on so many levels, when we talk about pre-qualifying, when we talk about building rapport, establishing relationships right here in the DM and in the lead nurturing, process, these are two very, very important parts. So when somebody says, oh, I ran ads before and ads didn't work, I promise you, they didn't have any of these steps set up. They just tried to run ads. And this is what they tried to do: run ads and send it to a sales call. They made an offer on a sales call. They didn't enroll anybody. And they said, I wasted money on ads. Ads don't work. Maybe post-COVID, that worked a little well, right? Because we was running ads with post-COVID and we still did something similar to this, but it ain't working now. That's not going to work. People are the market is much more sophisticated. People are way more educated on the thing that they have problems with, because guess what? They're being marketed to this shit. Everywhere they go, they're being marketed about the problem that they have. They jump on TikTok and it's somebody talking to them about their problem. They jump on Instagram, they jump on Facebook groups. They're being advertised, marketed to with the problem that they have. Because if we have a problem, what's one of the first places we go to search for a product or a service to get that problem solved? The internet. And what the algorithm gonna do? Retarget your ass and send you everything about this thing that you searched on YouTube or Google or Instagram. It's been 4 years since the pandemic. So we got 4 years of the consumers are just getting smarter and smarter and smarter and smarter and smarter. Is the problem getting better? Unfortunately, no. And the reason why I believe is because there are way too many transformation coaches that don't know how to market and sell the right way, in a way that's not sleazy, in a way where you still have integrity, in a way you still in alignment with your morals and your core values. So the lead nurturing process is very important. And one of the things that we utilize in the lead nurturing process is a free lead magnet so that we can build rapport with the customer and days, maybe about, I like to say, converting cold traffic and the clients in about, 7 to 10 days. So if you're somebody like, man, I ran ads and then the next day I got on a sales call and I made them an offer, that ain't gonna work for you, bro. That ain't gonna work for you, sis. You need a step-by-step process to get people to know who the fuck you are, what the fuck you do, and give them a chance to make a buying decision. Because all you're doing right here, you shooting yourself in the foot because you haven't even given the prospect a chance and enough information to make a buying decision. So this is another reason, another way how you can get premium clients, because when you're selling a premium service, people make these decisions a lot differently. So when you got a process like this, it gives the customer enough information and enough time to make a buying decision and to trust you a lot more, because the more they trust you, the more they're willing to give you more money to get their problem solved. And the more money they spend, the more serious and the better the client is. And then, of course, now we do the sales call. And then guess what? The sales call ain't got to be all uncomfortable at this point because y'all know each other. Y'all had multiple touch points. This prospect got into lead nurturing and they binged a bunch of your high ticket content. So now they get on a sales call saying your language, your words to you. I close at 52%. Industry average is 25. Right now I'm closing at 52% because of this process that I send all of my leads through. Sales calls are easy because of this process. And it's not complicated and it's not too many steps. It's just enough. And that's what you want, something that's just enough, okay? And then when we get here, we collect the money, we get in the transformation. This part is still very important because after the transformation, now we can collect some more money from them and we can solve another problem for them. Every problem that you solve is going to create a new problem. So in your coaching container, the question you got to ask yourself is, do I want to be responsible for solving my person's new problem? And if so, how much do I want to charge for it? What does that look like? Is that another 3-month commitment? Is that a 6-month commitment? Is that monthly? Whatever that looks like, now we can collect some more cash and now we're building up monthly recurring revenue in the business. So when you do this organically first and it's clicking 5 to 10 clients or something like that, now what we want to do is get into ads, because all ads is just exposing the system that you already have in place. So if you got a good system in place and you've enrolled clients organically, it makes sense to go ahead and set up ads. So now this is the thing when it comes to ads, right? Because like I said, it's a human being on the other end, like when they see your sponsored ad. The good thing about ads is you will get more inbound. So when we talk about the DM, we talk about inbound and then we got outbound. So with organic, it's like 95% really now. Organic is like 95% outbound. You got high ticket content, people that engage with your content, and now you're starting conversations with people and then sending people through the lead nurturing process, the system, automated emails on the back end, SMS, long form content, points of contact, make an offer to them, enroll them as a client. Now, when we're running ads, you're going to get people to still come here, come to your profile, consume your high ticket content. And now we got somebody that follows you. And now we got somebody that liked the post. Maybe they consume like 3 reels and they like all 3 reels. Then you got somebody that watched your story. Then you got somebody, maybe you did a carousel and the last side on the carousel was message me the word ready to get free access to my 7-day free coaching trial. And then you got a new person that saw an ad, came to your profile, consumed this content, and they just commented that keyword in the comments. This is something that can happen every single day. So these are all conversations that you will push here. Everything still comes here. So you'll get people to message you, but you're also going to get some people that want to come here and follow this process. And we still send it everybody right here in the DM. And now with cold traffic, you got to take your time with the lead nurturing, take your time a little bit more, record your sales calls. Because this is all, like I said, this isn't a silver bullet, guys. This is a skill. Marketing and sales is a skill. Being a transformation coach and being able to take somebody from point A to point B is a skill. So these are all skills that we need to acquire. Is not a silver bullet. Just because we have the foundation doesn't mean that, oh, like once you put a roof on it, then we got to build it. We got the foundation. We got level 1, we got level 2, we got level 3, we got level 4, however many levels, and now we have an actual building. So think about it like that, guys. Like you have different levels and you got to make sure that each level is sturdy. Each level is solid. Your niche and your offer is a level. Your organic content, your high ticket content is a level. Your sales department, when it comes to DMs and your sales calls, is a level. Your lead nurturing is a level. These are all things that you need to improve on in order to grow and scale your business. And a good thing about working a system like this, and it doesn't need to be perfect in order to start enrolling clients. Nothing needs to be perfect in order to actually start enrolling clients. You get better by actually doing it. That's how you get better. You get better by doing it. Now, when it comes to the ads, like when we work with our clients, we give them ad frameworks, exactly what to say in the videos, right? We give it to them, they record it, we edit it, our team. We actually go in there and set up the entire ad campaign for them. We give them the right assets that they need so that they can actually convert these leads into calls booked on the calendar, qualified calls booked on the calendar, not just tire kickers and people that just want free shit from you, but people that are motivated buyers. And I'm gonna be honest with you, just because they motivated buyers don't mean that every single person on your calendar is gonna buy from you. That ain't gonna happen. We still dealing with humans, right? So I want to be honest with y'all, but industry average, as far as closing on a sales call, is 20%, like 25%. That's like industry average. So if you're closing at 25% or more, you're good. So now we just got to make sure that you have enough opportunities to make offers. Enough opportunities to make offers, guys. I want to go back to a question that we asked in the beginning. Do ads still work? Instead of asking that question, how do I get ads to work? Because anybody can set up, I'm going to be honest with you, setting up an ad campaign ain't hard at all. It is not the ad campaign that is the thing that is going to allow you to be profitable. It is this step, this step, this step, this step, this step, and this step. These are going to be the things. And guess what? Nobody see, like, here's the thing. The only thing that people see on your social media is this. People don't see this on your social media. People don't see this on your social media. People don't see this on your social media. People don't see this on your social. They don't see these things on your social media. The only thing they see is your profile and your high ticket content. So if you're somebody and the only thing you're doing on a day-to-day basis is posting content and waiting for something to happen, you got to change that. We, as transformation coaches, we can't operate our businesses like that. That's not how a success. If you say you want a successful business, multi-six-figure, multi-seven-figure, whatever it is, you have to first understand, how does that business operate? And then let me start operating like that. But to just say that you want it doesn't do anything. Like if somebody say, man, I want to lose 50 pounds, like just to say it, what the fuck does that do? How about I find out what a person is doing, has done for them to allow them to lose this 50 pounds and keep it off naturally, the right way, the healthy way. Let me find out how to actually do that. And then let me copy those steps. Let me follow in those footsteps. And as I'm following those footsteps, I'm becoming the person that is 50 pounds less. That's what we got to do, right? And the person that is the person that is making 6 to 7 figures, they're the type of CEO that has the process like this. I'm not saying that y'all got to do this exact same process, not at all, right? Like it's multiple ways, you know, to make money on social media in multiple ways. But one thing I could tell you is when it comes to running ads on Instagram and Facebook, I've ran ads to a webinar. I've ran ads to a landing page with a VSL. I've done all of them. Ads to a DM conversation is the most simple way to do it. It's the most scalable way. And it's the best way to build rapport with every single lead that is coming into your pipeline. And that's what we want. When we're spending money, we want to take advantage of every single dollar that we're spending, not just a portion of it. If we send an ad to a landing page, we're only taking advantage of a portion of the money that we're spending. And it's not like you guys have like an offer that's $10,000 or $20,000, right? You got an offer that's $1,000 to $5,000. It's still a good, you know, premium price, but I'm pretty sure if you're somebody like me, you want to take advantage of every single dollar that you spend, because I'm also looking at those dollars like this is a person that needs the thing that I offer. So we're going to do the best that we can to communicate with every last one, make a connection with every last one, pre-qualify every last one, and see if they're a good fit to get to this point where we can give them the transformation. What about IG follower versus IG DM ad? That's not that important, to be honest with you. The most important part is the profile and what's on the actual page. Like you can have fucking 1,000 followers or 800 followers, like that don't really matter. People aren't coming to your page to look at how many followers that you have. They don't care. They're not making a buying decision based on how many followers you have. They're making a buying decision based on like what you're saying on your actual Instagram profile. or what you're saying on your actual Facebook profile.